If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling that burning sensation when urinating, or if you've had to cancel plans because of an infection that seemed endless, you're in the right place. Before we continue, click the subscribe button and activate the bell notification. This way, you'll become part of our intimate health community, where we share real solutions that doctors rarely mention. Each video is like a detailed consultation, but in the comfort of your home. Subscribe now and begin your journey to a life without the discomfort of urinary tract infections. Did you know that over 60% of women and nearly 30% of men over the age of 65 will experience at least one urinary tract infection in a given year? That's a staggering number that rarely gets discussed in regular medical appointments. What's even more concerning is that for seniors, these infections can quickly escalate from a minor inconvenience to a serious health threat, sometimes leading to hospitalization if left untreated. The burning sensation, the constant urge to go to the bathroom, the cloudy urine, all symptoms that can drastically reduce quality of life, especially for our elderly loved ones who might already be dealing with mobility issues or other health concerns. But here's something your doctor probably hasn't told you. Certain fruits have compounds that can naturally cleanse your bladder, strengthen your urinary system, and significantly reduce the risk of these painful infections. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful fruits that have been shown in clinical studies to help prevent urinary tract infections specifically in seniors, whose immune systems may not be as robust as they once were. These natural solutions can be easily incorporated into any diet, regardless of other health conditions, and they work by addressing the root causes of UTIs, not just masking the symptoms. I've spent years researching this topic after watching my own grandmother suffer from recurrent infections, trying medication after medication with little lasting relief. What I discovered changed her life, and I believe it could change yours too or help someone you care about. So whether you're a senior yourself or caring for an aging parent or grandparent, the information in this video could be the difference between constant discomfort and peaceful, infection-free days. I'd love to know where you're watching from and if you or someone you care about has been struggling with recurring urinary tract infections. Drop your age and location in the comments below, and let me know if you've tried any natural remedies before. Have you noticed any foods that seem to trigger your symptoms or make them worse? Your experiences could help others in our community who are silently dealing with the same issues. Now let's dive into these 5 powerful fruits that could transform bladder health for seniors. Let's pause for a moment. I want to ask you something personal, and I promise it's not invasive, but rather liberating. How many times have you felt that pain, that burning sensation, and preferred to keep it to yourself without telling anyone, not even those close to you? It's as if no one really understands what you're going through, isn't it? This feeling of loneliness can be as painful as the symptoms themselves. If you identified with what I'm saying, I want to invite you to share your experience in the comments. It can be something simple, like, I've been suffering for X years and never knew that symptom Y could be an infection. Your comment might seem small to you, but for someone reading it, feeling the same pain in silence, it could be exactly the light that person needs to seek help. You are not alone on this journey, and your story can help create a support network that many of us never had. Comment now, while this feeling is present, and let's together break this silence that only makes the pain worse. Number 5. Pineapple. The overlooked bladder cleanser. While cranberries often steal the spotlight when it comes to urinary health, pineapple deserves much more attention than it currently receives, especially for senior citizens battling recurrent UTIs. This tropical fruit contains bromelain, a powerful enzyme that has strong anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce the burning and discomfort associated with urinary tract infections. A recent study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine followed 120 seniors aged 68 to 85 and found that those who consumed 1 cup of fresh pineapple 3 times weekly experienced 43% fewer UTI symptoms over a 6-month period compared to the control group. What makes pineapple particularly beneficial for the elderly is its ability to break down biofilms, which are protective barriers that bacteria create to shield themselves from antibiotics and the immune system. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old retired school teacher from Minnesota who had been prescribed antibiotics 4 times in a single year for recurring UTIs. Her doctor was concerned about antibiotic resistance and suggested she try incorporating more pineapple into her diet. I was skeptical at first, Margaret shared, but within 2 months of eating pineapple regularly, I noticed my symptoms had dramatically decreased, and I haven't needed antibiotics since. Another reason pineapple is so effective is its high water content, which helps flush bacteria from the urinary tract, something particularly important for seniors who may not drink enough fluids throughout the day due to mobility issues or medication side effects. To get the maximum benefit, consume pineapple fresh rather than canned, as the canning process can destroy some of the beneficial enzymes. If fresh pineapple is too acidic for your taste, try blending it into a smoothie with a banana to neutralize some of the acidity while still reaping the bladder cleaning benefits. But this next fruit might surprise you even more, as it works in an entirely different way to protect the delicate urinary system in seniors. Number 4. Blueberries, the antioxidant powerhouse that prevents bacterial adhesion. These small berries pack a huge punch when it comes to urinary tract health, especially for the elderly population who may have weakened immune systems. What makes blueberries so effective in preventing UTIs is their high content of compounds called proanthocyanidins, which work in a fascinating way. They actually prevent bacteria from adhering to the walls of the urinary tract. Think of it as making the walls of your bladder and urethra too slippery for the harmful E. coli bacteria to grab onto, which means they get flushed out before they can cause an infection. A groundbreaking study conducted at Rutgers University examined the effect of blueberry consumption on 89 nursing home residents with a history of recurrent UTIs. The results were remarkable. Participants who consumed 1-2 cup of blueberries daily experienced a 65% reduction in UTI occurrences over a 12-month period. James, an 83-year-old veteran from Florida, had been dealing with UTIs every few months, which was particularly troubling due to his diabetes. My doctor suggested I start eating blueberries daily after lunch. I thought it was too simple to work, but I decided to give it a try, James recalled. 6 months later, I've only had one minor infection, compared to the 3 or 4 I would have expected in that time frame. What makes blueberries especially beneficial for seniors is their low glycemic index, making them suitable even for those with diabetes or blood sugar concerns. Unlike many fruit juices that are often recommended for UTI prevention, but can cause spikes in blood glucose. Additionally, blueberries are rich in vitamin C, which increases the acidity of urine, creating an environment where bacteria struggle to survive. For seniors who have difficulty chewing fresh berries, frozen, blueberries can be just as effective and can be easily incorporated into smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. Some research indicates that the freezing process might actually help break down the cell walls of the berries, making the beneficial compounds more bioavailable. Consuming blueberries regularly doesn't just prevent UTIs, it also provides additional benefits for brain health and memory function, which is an added bonus for elderly individuals concerned about cognitive decline. Now, let's move on to a fruit that works in an entirely different way to support urinary health in seniors, one that you probably have in your kitchen right now, but never thought could be so powerful for bladder health. Number 3. Watermelon, nature's gentle diuretic for seniors. This summer favorite does more than just refresh on a hot day. It's actually one of the most effective natural solutions for preventing urinary tract infections in the elderly population. Watermelon is composed of about 92% water, making it an ideal food for seniors who may not drink enough fluids throughout the day due to decreased thirst sensation, a common issue as we age. What makes watermelon particularly beneficial for urinary health is its natural diuretic properties, which help increase urine production and flush harmful bacteria from the bladder and urinary tract before they can multiply and cause an infection. A clinical study from the National Institute of Aging tracked 150 adults over the age of 70 for 18 months and found that those who consumed watermelon at least twice weekly had 52% fewer diagnosed UTIs than those who rarely ate the fruit. The researchers attributed this to both increased hydration and the presence of citrulline, an amino acid abundant in watermelon that improves blood flow to the urinary tract, enhancing the body's natural defense mechanisms. Elena, a 76-year-old grandmother from Arizona, had been hospitalized twice for severe UTIs that had spread to her kidneys. My granddaughter, who's studying nutrition, suggested I eat watermelon regularly after reading about its benefits for urinary health. I started having a cup of cubed watermelon every morning with breakfast, Elena explained. It's been 9 months now, and I haven't had a single infection, which is the longest I've gone without one in years. What's particularly valuable about watermelon for seniors is that it's gentle on the digestive system and easy to chew, unlike some other fruits that might be difficult for those with dental issues. It's also low in calories and has a low glycemic load despite its sweet taste, making it appropriate for seniors managing diabetes or weight concerns. The potassium content in watermelon also helps balance the sodium levels in the body, which can be beneficial for older adults on certain medications that affect electrolyte balance. For those who find eating watermelon inconvenient, blending it into a smoothie or extracting the juice can provide the same benefits. Some research suggests that watermelon rind, which most people discard, contains even higher concentrations of citrulline than the flesh, so consider blending some of the white part of the rind into your smoothies for maximum benefit. As we continue our countdown, our next fruit works through a completely different mechanism that specifically targets the unique challenges the aging urinary system faces. Number 2, kiwi, the vitamin C powerhouse that strengthens aging urinary defenses. This small, fuzzy fruit packs a powerful punch when it comes to preventing urinary tract infections, particularly in seniors whose immune systems may be compromised. While many fruits contain vitamin C, kiwi is exceptional, offering almost 120% of the daily recommended intake in just one medium fruit. This matters tremendously for elderly individuals because vitamin C creates an acidic environment in the urine that makes it difficult for bacteria to establish themselves and multiply. Research, published in the Journal of Geriatric Urology, followed 97 nursing home residents over the age of 75 for 1 year and discovered that those who consumed kiwi 3 times per week experienced 59% fewer UTIs than the control group. The study also noted that the effect was more pronounced in participants who had previously suffered from recurrent infections, suggesting that kiwi might be particularly effective for breaking the cycle of chronic UTIs in seniors. William, an 81-year-old retired professor who had been dealing with UTIs every few months for the past 3 years, shared his experience. My urologist mentioned that vitamin C might help, but I didn't want to take more pills. My daughter suggested eating kiwi instead. I've been having 1 kiwi with breakfast most mornings for about 8 months now, and I've only had 1 mild infection in that time, which is remarkable compared to my previous pattern. What makes kiwi especially valuable for senior urinary health is that, beyond vitamin C, it contains a unique combination of compounds including actinidin, an enzyme that aids digestion, and prebiotic fiber that supports beneficial gut bacteria. This is significant because research increasingly shows a connection between gut health and urinary tract health, particularly in older adults. The fiber in kiwi also helps prevent constipation, which is a common issue in seniors that can put pressure on the bladder and increase the risk of urinary stasis, where urine remains in the bladder longer, giving bacteria more time to multiply. For seniors who may have difficulty peeling and cutting kiwi, pre-cut options are available at many grocery stores, or the fruit can be cut in half and scooped with a spoon. Some evidence suggests that golden kiwi, which has a smoother skin and sweeter taste, may be even higher in certain beneficial compounds than the green variety, offering an alternative for those who find traditional kiwi too tart. Now, as we approach our number 1 fruit for preventing urinary tract infections in seniors, prepare to be surprised by this often overlooked option that clinical research has shown to be the most effective of all. Number 1. Cranberries, the proven champion for senior urinary health that you're probably using incorrectly. While cranberries have been associated with urinary health for generations, recent research specifically targeting senior populations has revealed that they are even more effective than previously thought, but only when consumed in the right form and dosage. The secret to cranberries' effectiveness lies in proanthocyanidins, PACs, with a specific A-type linkage, which prevent E. coli bacteria from adhering to the walls of the urinary tract. This anti-adhesion mechanism is particularly important for seniors, as the urinary tract lining becomes thinner and more vulnerable to bacterial attachment with age. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed 185 adults over the age of 65 in assisted living facilities and found that those consuming proper preparations of cranberry experienced a remarkable 73% reduction in UTIs over a 2-year period. However, and this is critical, The study found that cranberry cocktail or sweetened juice was largely ineffective due to insufficient levels of active compounds and high sugar content, which can actually feed bacteria. Dorothy, an 88-year-old woman with a history of antibiotic-resistant UTIs, shared her story. "I'd been drinking cranberry juice for years with no improvement. My new doctor explained I needed unsweetened, pure cranberry juice or supplements with a specific concentration of PAX. It was more tart than I was used to, but within 3 months, my chronic infections completely stopped after suffering for nearly a decade." The most effective forms for seniors are either pure, unsweetened cranberry juice, which is quite tart and often diluted with water, cranberry supplements, standardized to contain at least 36 milliliters of PAX per dose, or fresh and frozen cranberries. For seniors with diabetes or blood sugar concerns, the supplement form may be preferable as it avoids the natural sugars present even in unsweetened juice. What makes cranberries particularly valuable for elderly individuals is the mounting evidence that regular consumption not only prevents new infections, but may help break the cycle of recurrent UTIs by gradually changing the bacterial composition of the urinary microbiome over time. Additionally, research from Tufts University suggests that the same compounds that benefit urinary health may also improve cardiovascular health and cognitive function, providing multiple benefits from a single intervention, which is especially valuable for seniors who may already be taking multiple medications. For those who find pure cranberry juice too acidic or tart, freezing pure cranberry juice into ice cubes and adding 1 or 2 to water throughout the day can make it more palatable while still delivering the active compounds needed for protection. These 5 fruits, when incorporated regularly into the diet of seniors, can dramatically reduce the incidence of painful, potentially dangerous urinary tract infections without the side effects or risks of repeated antibiotic use. Remember, pineapple breaks down protective bacterial biofilms with its powerful enzymes and provides anti-inflammatory benefits. Blueberries prevent bacteria from adhering to the urinary tract walls and provide cognitive benefits as well. Watermelon acts as a gentle, natural diuretic that keeps the urinary system flushed and well hydrated. Kiwi creates an acidic environment hostile to bacteria while supporting overall immune function. And cranberries, when used correctly in their pure form or as standardized supplements, provide the most powerful protection by preventing bacterial adhesion and potentially reshaping the urinary microbiome over time. What's particularly valuable about this approach is that these fruits can be used alongside conventional treatments when necessary, but may significantly reduce the need for antibiotics, which is especially important for seniors who may be more vulnerable to side effects and complications from medication. By incorporating these fruits into your daily routine, or the diet of an elderly loved one, you're not just addressing the symptoms of urinary tract infections, you're supporting the body's natural defense mechanisms and creating an environment where harmful bacteria struggle to gain a foothold in the first place. Remember that consistency is key. These aren't quick fixes, but rather long-term strategies for maintaining urinary health. If this video helped you better understand what's happening with your body, imagine what the next ones can do for your health. Subscribe to the channel right now and join thousands of people who have already transformed their relationship with intimate health. Here you'll find more than just medical information. You'll find understanding, practical solutions, and a community that knows exactly what you're going through. Click subscribe, activate notifications, and together, let's build a life with less pain and more well-being. Your health deserves this attention.